and welcome back to the Marlborough podcast. Can you believe it's March already and we're a quarter of a way through the year? It really is flying by. I'm Peyton, and with me are Alex and Karen. We're still really excited to be doing this. We've had such great feedback from our last two podcasts, and of course, if you have any questions or any topics you'd like us to discuss, please send them in. Today we're going to deep dive into what sets Marlborough Law apart from all the other solicitors that you may come across. Our core values are really at the heart of everything we do. So these are approachability, empathy, compassion, honesty, and respect. The community is also really central to our daily lives. Karen is actually a trustee of a local charity and is also the chairman of the Hungerford Chamber of Commerce. So she's very much involved in the local area of Hungerford. Do you want to have a little chat about that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, the community is important. We live there. I've lived in Hungerford 28 years now, and we set the company up to be a local firm for local people. Bit cheesy, but that's what we are basically. So the Chamber of Commerce is an organisation, and we run it from our office, and we help small businesses basically, which is where our corporate law comes in. So we can sometimes help, especially as I say during COVID, we helped quite a lot of companies get over it, negotiate about price, money and payments. Remember we said pay a little bit along, do you remember that? So that's where the Chamber gets involved, and it's a great organisation to be part of. And I always drag Marlborough Law into some of the things we do, extravaganza and all the charity stuff. So thanks to Marlborough Law for joining in on that. And the other one is the Young People and Children First. So we're a family team, and family and children are very important to us. So I love being a trustee of that, and it keeps me busy.
Yeah, no, that's great. But that's not all we do. We're actually founding members of the Hungerford, Marlborough and Newbury Legal and Financial Centres. Alex, do you want to tell us a bit more about that, the corporate kind of side?
Yeah. It's a bit Ronsil-like, really. It's on the tin. It's basically sort of like-minded professionals who are trying to serve a local community for all their business needs. So the reality is your accountant, your financial advisor, and your lawyer probably have overlapping sort of areas, but we're not specialists. But we've teamed up with like-minded professionals who have very similar outlooks to us. It's sort of very client-focused, in keeping with values, which Peyton mentioned. So what can we do? Well, we can help you pretty much in start to end your business journey. So you require your lawyers to set up your company, your accountants to make sure your tax is going to be in order, and your financial advisor to make sure your plan's in place. And then as you go along, each of those factors are going to change throughout the journey until you hit the end. And the key person there, unfortunately, is going to be your financial advisor, not us. If the lawyer is involved heavily towards the end, something's gone horribly wrong. But hopefully, the financial advisor will slowly take over about managing your exit plan, your wealth strategies for the future. But in between, the hard graft is left to us lawyers and us accountants. But we're more than happy to speak to any of you, because what we do is something a bit more than others. We actually we pride ourselves on being quite a personable firm, and also we offer various services and various levels of services, if we want to talk about that.
I think you'd say we're not greedy solicitors, and we know where our boundaries are. I think a lot of other solicitors, they'll try and do everything and rack up huge bills for you. We certainly don't do that, and we know where specialists are, and we trust our specialists. Yeah. So we don't pass clients on to people that we don't trust, or who don't do our finances or don't do our taxes. So I think it's about trust. If we trust them, then we expect them to do a good job for our clients as well.
Oh yeah, quite agree. I'm sure many of you have been through many other professionals trying to find that right one, and I can assure you we've done the same thing. And we don't invite people to work with us lightly. It's something which reflects upon us. So
and our business retainers, obviously, that we have. One of my favorite things about those is I think most businesses pay things monthly, and that's how they budget. And so just having a law firm on hand that you've already budgeted for it can be really vital to a smaller business rather than, like Karen said, a massive bill at the end that you weren't really expecting. You may need to pay off, slowly. You may need to take out a loan, So I think they're...
Oh, you protect your business.
Yeah, the protect your business retainers. Yeah.
Just to elaborate what Peyton's talking about. Sorry, Peyton. It's we do a tiered service. So many businesses assume they can't afford to use a lawyer, and as a result, will get themselves into a pickle at times. And my experience is sorting out a problem is far more expensive and far more damaging to your business than addressing it first off. So we offer a tiered service where you pay us a monthly retainer based upon what sort of services you need, and then you can call upon our various expertise to hopefully stave off the problems before they've ever begun. Should those problems occur, then we are still there to help you. But please have a look at our website for our various tiers to see whether that's right for you, or just give us a call or email and we can see how we could help on that point.
It's all about protection, isn't it? Protecting
It really
protecting
is.
your business, protecting your families, protecting your beneficiaries. I mean, that it's we're in the protection business.
It is.
I'm not quite sure we could say that. But
We're going to need sunglasses.
Yeah, we're in the protection business.
We haven't used the word racket yet, so it's still okay. But it really is. Everyone who knows me knows I'm risk averse, and this is almost like me in action. It's do not cause a problem, prevent it before it ever happens. And this is sort of thing which it's so painful, it's so horrible sitting down with a client explaining to rectify this problem is going to cost you more than it's worth. Your options are, and you give a grim outlook. We'd much rather not do that.
Yeah. No, agreed. So we have a lot going on for our local firm. That's not all we do. We also have a monthly radio show, which is normally the first Friday of every month. We're all on it. It's been nearly 2 years now that we've been...
Four Legs Radio.
Yeah, Four Legs Radio. So that's great, and that's just helping the community with any issues they have, and different topics each month. But going back to our core values, we understand coming to solicitors can be really difficult. You're probably not in the best circumstances, so we just ensure that we are approachable, and that people feel comfortable talking to us and using our service, even if that means we have tissues and chocolate in the meeting room, which is always useful. Karen, did you want to talk about empathy and compassion?
Yeah, I think we are, and I think we're very sensible as well. The divorces and child issues are really, really heartbreaking sometimes. But taking the first step, I often say to people who come and see us, you've made the first step now. In fact, you made the first step when you rang up and made the appointment to come and see us. That's the first step. The second step's actually walking into the office. And for those people, that is a really, really big thing. So we try and deal with the little things first, and then build up and try and sort out the big thing. I mean, you weren't being flippant with the chocolate, and sometimes it is. It's the tissue in the glass of the water, and saying, look, we understand how difficult it is. Let's just deal with one thing at a time. Because it can be really overwhelming, can't it? We're getting divorced, and he's taken the children, etc., etc. And how am I going to pay the bills? And how am I going to afford the mortgage? And what am I going to do with this? Let's just tackle one thing at a time. So it's little steps, and I think that's where we win over our clients.
Yeah, quite agree. I mean, I think honesty and respect, two of our final aspects, are rather important. Honesty, I'd like to think every solicitor is honest. But I think our approach of, look, if there's some bad advice to do it, we want to do it in a tactful way. We want to tell you up front, look, there is an issue. So there is honesty, but there's the way in which you're honest, which I think is equally important. And the final one, respect. I have some views on this. I'm sure we've all met lawyers, solicitors in particular, who were almost egos. They would talk down to you and dictate what the law was and what everything was, as if you were just some sort of a school child. And
what's that phrase, isn't it? With all due respect. I absolutely hate that.
Meaning no respect whatsoever.
Yeah.
I really dislike that, and I'm subject to it when I was a kid once, and I just wanted I wanted to punch me little. But all clients are people, and we're people, and if you don't treat people with respect, it's going to come round. You've got to appreciate that they're going through a problem, but they want to understand how to help resolve their problem or prevent it. So respecting your client it just strikes me as reciprocal. I find it truly bizarre that people would take this intimidatory tactic to being a solicitor, possessing the sacred knowledge. It's
people are just people at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, so they're kind of our core values, and I said at the beginning, that they are really at the heart of every day. We have them in the hallway, so we pass them multiple times a day. Our clients can see them. They really are kind of in your face, as it were. No, well, that concludes kind of the March podcast, and we look forward to seeing you all next month.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you.